Hi, this is Scott Varilek, Koima Varilek Trading in Sioux Center, Iowa. Wish we had some better cattle trading markets to talk about, but it's still been a little bit of a struggle here. The volatility up front staying very wild. You know, we've had the $50 break and the feeders $25 plus on the fats. So trying to manage what's happening, why we've went down, and there's a lot of theories because there hasn't been, the mainstay story, the big event or the big something that was the cause for the break. I think maybe the market just got high enough, it found some sellers and maybe feeling like we were too high, and once it started to correct, it started to snowball, and there's some LRP theories out there. I guess just me thinking, there's not any news of an insurance company that's going under. That wasn't covered. At least it's not out front and talked about. But there is some news of maybe some of the LRP, the subsidy harvesters is what the term is called, guys that write the LRP and then sell the same CME put at the same level just to squeeze out that government subsidy, which is a little bit of a loophole that's still been evident, still something that's widely used by quite a few producers. So what happens there is maybe you get a market that starts to break, and as fast as the feeders did, you still have to pay margin calls on those short puts. So probably started to kick in. You need a lot of money to cover this position to these LRP squeezes, and you can't get out of your LRP. You're tied to it with the cattle that you have for when the program goes to, and I think it probably dipped into people's pockets and tried to find out how deep they were. And once it started to get up against where some of your limits are, some of your loan limits, I think there was some pretty big margin calls that had to happen to hold some of those positions. So I know it's a confusing topic. It's something that's been in the news a little bit here as of lately, and I'm very familiar with it. The USDA is also kind of working to try to fix some of these loopholes to try to stop some of that type of action, and so the product can be used what it's for, rather than somebody trying to squeeze out some taxpayers' dollars at the end of the day. So we've had that to fight, and then we've got the cash market starting to slip a little bit. It's a little bit tougher to get 175 live here this week. You could find it. It was around getting some cattle sold that way. We didn't have any follow-through strength with the one large up day, so it's still trading on the weaker side. And the cash news is a little bit ho-hum. I feel like the packers want the cattle, but they know we're backing up cattle. They know the weather is perfect. We're putting some weight on them, and there's some weight out there. If the cattle numbers are tight and show us are small, they would elect to be close to the knife and not raise the price and just make the cattle we got bigger to try to fix some of the hole that we have in the tighter numbers in the supply. And we saw that. The packer knows what the carcass weights are the day of. Producers, we don't get to see that data for 2 weeks. So we got 2-week-old data to work with. We're behind the 8 ball with the news, markets that the packers have when it comes to carcass weights, which seems like something an organization would want to talk about and try to fix. I know it's been brought up, but so the 2-week-old data that came out today were up 5 pounds, up 6 pounds, kind of on carcasses, steers and heifers and all cattle, and we've got the highest printed. It's the highest we've ever printed carcass weights here for this week in the month of December. So we've got pounds out there with this great growing weather, and that could create a problem. We're going to start backing up cattle. Guys are going to fight the market. 175 is still a good price to me. I mean, if I'm getting that bid, I'm not feeling absolutely horrible about it. It's still something I'm probably going to make money at. Maybe it's getting closer to the break-even spot, but I'm still wanting to keep cattle moving because we're going to be our own worst enemy if that continues to happen. So a lot to digest, but that's what we got for today. Call us Koima Varilek Trading. The risk of loss in trading futures and or options is substantial.